Ravnica Remastered, a great set? Or a Trojan horse designed to make Wizards of the Coast rich? In today's video, we are going to go through all the amazing things that Wizards of the Coast has assembled inside this set. They've thrown everything, including the kitchen sink, into this product to try to make it successful, to try to salvage the beginning of 2024. But are players willing to bite on this product? Stick around, there's a lot to talk about. They're trying. I mean, they're really trying. But will it be enough for players to want to buy the set? Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. And a reminder that if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So Ravnica Remastered, we know all the cards in the set. Now we know the breakdown. We're going to go through some of that stuff today. But we also have a blueprint of what happened in the past. Time Spiral Remastered was the first remastered set we got. An amazing set, very popular, but again it suffered from that premium price point, which put it out of a lot of players' reach. Those boxes were going for $300+ Canadian per box. At one point it was $400 when there was a real tight allocation period where you couldn't find it anywhere. We know it was popular, well utilized, players loved it, they had a great time with it, even at that higher price point. And we had those old school kind of frames on the artifacts, remember? Very cool. Remember Chalice of the Void and stuff? It went off without a hitch. Very, very well done. Nowadays, yes, the product doesn't sell that well. It still sells some, but it kind of sits on store shelves. But that doesn't mean it wasn't popular at the time. Then we followed up, and we have Dominaria Remastered. We have a huge amount of source material on Dominaria to draw from, and it had a massive card set inside that remastered product. But it failed under the weight of its own success. The set was well put together. Very draftable, a very fun experience for players. The problem with the set was they printed so much of it and put so much out there, the market even to this day cannot absorb what's out there on the market space. It just sits there on store shelves and stores are stuck with it. Doesn't mean it's not selling once in a while. Some odd packs here and there going. It just means it fell under the weight of its own success. It just couldn't carry through with the amount of printings they put out, the sheer volume. So now, with everything that's gone on, we know tighter print runs are coming, we now have Ravnica Remastered. So they've thrown a lot into the kitchen sink to try to make this product a success, okay? Even though it has a higher price point, and unlike other products, right, we had the Time Spiral, we didn't get the collector booster boxes, we have that now. And they've kind of broken things up. So I want to share that with you as we go through, because there's a lot to actually cover in what they're offering us and what players may or may not be willing to accept. So let me start here with the first one, which is going to be the serialized cards. The idea of serialized cards really does appeal to the collectability side of players. Now, this one here is of 500, which is a very large amount in my personal opinion. I kind of like the one of 100 or even maybe one of like 50. You got to keep it really rare and something really desirable. They said it's basically in 1%. It says serialized cards join the remastered product line for the first time. There are 64 retro frame rares and mythics rares serialized out of 500 appearing in a double rainbow version of our traditional foil. And you can find them in 1% of boosters. Okay, so we know these suckers are in 1% of the boosters. That's great. Okay, but there's still quite a lot of them. That's a whole bunch of cards to be found. Is that Niv Mizzet? Is that Beautiful Birds of Paradise? Is that going to be enticing enough to the mass majority of players to want to crack open sealed boxes, to go seeking out individual booster packs? To some players it's going to be, but for a lot of other players, it's just a number on a card. And there's a really high number of them, so it won't grab players with that FOMO that should be there. That number to me doesn't draw me in. It's not low enough. It doesn't seem special enough. It seems like just another number. So for me, it's not enough, but for some people it will be. Now the next one here, when we take a look at the retro frame cards, there are 135 retro frame cards in Ravnica Remastered, 25 commons, 36 uncommons, 56 rares, and 16 mythic rares. Now, I just want to let you guys know, I've looked at all the cards. I've looked at the selection that they are putting inside Ravnica Remastered, and I got to give them kudos because they did something I didn't expect. I got basically what I expected in the set, but they really broadened out what Ravnica meant. And when they gave us people like Liliana the Dreadhorde General and Teferi the Time Reveler, those are some cards I did not expect to see in this set. It didn't enter my mind since War of the Spark that those cards would be there, but they are. And that does add a little bit of value. Yes, they've been reprinted. Yeah, they've come around. And yes, the value is going to get killed a lot in this, but it still offers a little bit more to it, especially when you're thinking of this as a draft experience. But let me jump to the next one here. So we also have the Borderless cards, okay? We got Lord of the Void, and we got Burvak the Grand Liloquist. I'm not even going to pretend, but that's the anime version. And the anime cards, again, you're throwing a little bit out there, but those anime cards are giving you a little bit more. The flip it and stuff look pretty cool. Some of the cards in anime look very cool. But again, there seems to be so much. It's almost like a scattershot approach to what players may or may not want. It's almost like they're trying to find what the next level will be. Almost like a test market for future products. Because there's just so much going on that a lot of players can be like, what am I supposed to be looking for again? Like previous products, too much is just too much. But I've talked about it in a previous video. It was probably too late to turn back at this point. It was already on the drawing board, maybe even already printed, and they were kind of stuck at this point. So something to keep in mind. Now, let's break down what's inside these boxes, okay? Ravnica Remastered draft box contents. 1 rare and or mythic, retro or borderless, anime. You got a whole selection there. You can see it's kind of confusing. Well, not that confusing, but you get what I mean. 1 mana fixing card. The Guild Gates. So cool to see them back, okay? But you can also have things like Shock Lands or Chromatic Lanterns. It's kind of interesting how they've done that slot. 3 uncommons, 1 common or retro common uncommon, and then 9 common cards. Okay, that's not a bad breakdown. It's going to be fun to draft that. I mean, the price point, right? But it's going to be fun to draft this product because Ravnica is a rich world. It has a lot to offer players. It has a great lore experience into it. This is something a lot of players are going to want to at least try out. And players who have never experienced it, it's kind of a home run hit, I have to admit. The way they put it together, the selections of cards we have, this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, let's go to the collector box here. The collector box, has a lot more going on here because this is the only place that you can find the foil borderless retro Shocklands, I believe. So the contents break down. 1 foil alternate frame, RM or retro serialized, okay? 1 non-foil borderless anime or Shockland. So think about that. 1 borderless anime or a Shockland. That's kind of interesting for each pack, right? 1 non-foil retro, 1 traditional foil, 1 traditional foil retro or borderless. Man, I feel like I'm reading a menu right now. 2 non-foil retro or borderless common uncommons, 1 foil artifact and or land, 3 traditional foil uncommons, 4 foil traditional commons, 1 foil double-sided token. Okay, a lot going on there. A lot going on. But the point is, those packs are geared at that price point to offer a little bit more. And it looks like they do. I haven't cracked any yet. I haven't gone into these. But I'm curious to see what's going to be inside those products. They do look like at that price point they could offer a lot. But this is where things are going to get kind of crazy. Because if those do get bought, we know if a collector box gets opened en masse, if players do find enough value there, they're going to obliterate it with mass openings. And we know with those collector boxes, the price point's higher. It will be a barrier to entry for players who may be desiring the ability to open those packs. Maybe they just get 1 or 2 packs out of a box. Maybe a few friends split an entire box, 12 packs, they all split it up. Either way, it's interesting to see the amount of effort Wizards has put into this product. I gotta give them to them like this. There's more here than I thought there would be in terms of the types, but the breakdown of the set is what I expected it to be. It's still a premium price product offering reprinted cards in cool new artwork that is amazing looking to me, but that doesn't drive the value to me that makes me want to open packs. I still have that crack a pack addiction like most of you guys do, but when it comes to these kind of price points, I'm a little more selective. But let's go on here. I want to show you something here. Coming up for face-to-face. Now, face-to-face does not support this channel in any way, but I noticed this on the website because this is one that's happening here in Toronto. I'm thinking about going to it. And you can see the entry fee is $60 for each participant. Okay? You get the Explorer, you get some cool stuff. But the idea of $60 for the entry fee to go to this. In my mind, I'm going, that's pretty expensive, okay? It kind of got me, and I said, that seems like an expensive thing to go to. $60. I was kind of like, ooh, that's kind of crazy. But then I said, wait a second, how do I know that this is the across the board? So I went and checked out another website, which of course this is 401 Games, and you can see the Downtown Ravnica Remastered preview event Saturday, right? Not this Saturday, obviously, but you can see the date and times and all there. But it's $39 or $45. So $45 for 6 packs of a premium like this, but with the ability to actually draft it and play it at $45, I would do it without hesitation. To be able to go back to Ravnica and get this kind of mix of cards, to be able to play in a draft experience with other players at this price point, when I check off the entertainment box in my head, forget the value of the cards, to be able to play it with other players and experience a whole array of cards from the Ravnica block will be a very fun and enjoyable evening, morning, daytime, wherever you decide to go. I would find it very enjoyable. And I think a lot of players at that price point are willing to dive in and go to that kind of release. Maybe not be buying boxes. Maybe not diving into the singles after unless they really want it. But I think they would be willing to go to that type of experience as a pre-release kind of draft opening or a sealed. They're going to have fun doing it. It's going to be a blast. That is something I think players will get involved in. I mean, the face-to-face one here, okay, the sealed thing at 60 seems pricey, right? But when I jump over and look at this one and see it's a remastered, right, sealed event for only 39, that's quite a price difference to me. That I'd be willing to do that. I'd be willing to dive in and play with other people. And I think that part of the product is going to be very successful. That pre-release weekend at that price point, if that's what's going to be around here, it is going to be a very successful launch. And then, about 12 to 14 days later, I think you're going to hear crickets. I don't think it has, in my opinion, the power it will need as a set to keep going. It'll have an initial fun run because people will enjoy playing those kind of experiences. The sales volumes will look good in the beginning. I think it'll fall off a cliff, but you guys can let me know if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm off. There's a lot of offerings in there. There's cards I didn't expect, like the Dreadhorde General, but I don't think that's enough as a reprint set to draw the masses of players the way Wizards had originally hoped it would. And I think it'll fall flat because that premium price point, a lot of players do not want to buy boxes. They're not willing to spend the money just for the artwork all the time, right? When they can pick up a single and pay for the individual cards they may desire. Anyway, you guys let me know. You slam some comments down that comment section. Join in the conversation. Let's talk about what's going on with this set. And would you pay to play in the sealed pre-release weekend? Let me know what you guys think at that $45 mark Canadian. That's Canadian prices, by the way. So in the US, that'd be like $30. Let me know, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. Have a great day today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. A big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons we have on this channel each and every day supporting. Because of them, daily uploaded content is made possible. I want to thank each and every one of you, my YouTube membership members. Thanks again, everyone. Welcome back to the Ramble with the Jamble. Guys, you made it to the end. Congratulations. Thanks a lot for hanging out. The coffee is almost done. And yes, same coffee cup. It ain't broken. There's coffee grounds in there, though. That's okay, though. They're tasty. Almost crunchy, right? So, Ravnica Remastered. Artwork phenomenal. I'm going to be honest. I think it looks great. Love the cards. A lot of the things they put in don't appeal to me. The anime is kind of the exception. I do like the look of them. I like the look of the cards. The idea of them. It's cool. Is that enough for me to buy boxes? Not a chance. Not a chance. Play a pre-release, though? Absolutely. At that price point, I'd play. I'd probably play multiple. I might. Because that just looks like it'd be a lot of fun to get involved and be able to play with that. I hope that came across in the video. Kind of crazy. Now, here at the end, I have a little 20-second clip I want to share with you guys of an arena match. So I hope you watch it. You can put arena. No, arena? Yeah, why not? Boomstick Arena if you watched it. So I know who made it through, because that's kind of fun. Anyway, thanks a lot for hanging out, guys. Thanks for being here. I don't think it's going to sell very well. I think the pre-release, though, is going to go off like a bomb. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be exciting. I'll see you guys soon.